Have we
Hel-
started? Okay.
yes.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back to the Bunny and Cat Cast.
Today we have our good buddy.
Good buddy, Pickle.
Oh, hi. Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Pickle.
Yes.
Pickle's a little stage fright
Leave
right
us-
now. We couldn't just
leave us
keep
that
talking.
first.
A little parched. It's not like a live stream. You can be free. You can be a free creature.
Thank
I'm gonna make
you.
the Moipon meme, but I can't do it.
Dude, I was gonna make the Moipon meme too.
Dude,
Okay.
we're on the same wavelength. Anyway.
Um, hi, I'm Pickle, also Vientu on DeviantArt, and I claim to be a boy, but Big Daddy isn't so sure. back to the studio.
Ooh, okay. Back. Did you say back to you in the studio?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. You're like a little reporter. Reporting news.
A weatherman.
Keemstar.
Oh boy.
Everyone's favorite. Anyway. Okay, so today we were gonna talk about closed species. Now, there was a little bit of a debate before we got on here. Is there like, okay, so whenever I brought this up to you earlier, you were like, I have some things to say. I have some opinions. So I'm gonna be goddamned if you don't if you don't share any of those opinions right now.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay, I have some mixed feelings about closed species. I think they're good if they're like creative and it like constitutes a full species and like a copyright-ish thing, but like an unspoken type of thing where it's like, okay, don't take this. But if it's not creative and there's not like enough put into it to make it like a special thing, then
Yeah.
it's why?
Do you have any do you have any that you like know of that you can think, wow, that's a good example of one? By any stretch of the imagination?
Yeah, I'm
Well, 'cause, like,
honestly,
for me, it's like really weird because people are really touchy about it, right? There's some people who are like, well, you can't copyright this, you can't do this, and it makes it's very weird. People are very touchy.
yeah, there's a lot that like it's not so much that the idea is like super like, whoa, no one's ever thought of this before, but it's more like the backstory and like how it makes sense as a species
Mm-hmm.
is like what makes it able to be its own thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it sounds a little stupid to be like, oh, you can't copyright that, because it's like, well, they had the idea first. Did they though?
It's like
Did they really?
it's like a conglomeration of like multiple ideas in one type of thing, and if it like flows with a backstory, I feel like that makes it
Yeah.
better. I don't know. People ask about that all the time, not me specifically, of course, because who am I? But the question is always like, how do you go about making a closed species? How do you like, what is the most important? And like personally, I don't know.
Honestly,
I
to
don't.
me, like, what's important is the story. For me, I
Mhm.
really like the story, and like, yeah, it helps if the characters are really cute. Like, heart puffs are really popular because they're really freaking cute. But like, really look for the story and like how good it is.
Is that I would never assume that you were lying, but is that like a genuine opinion? Because I know some people say that to like feel like, oh, I care about the story, because the story is important, of course. But like, I don't know. I feel like I feel very insecure about that kind of thing, because whenever I first wanted to make a species, I wanted it to be very like story driven. But I feel like no one really cares about that. Like if your adopts are crappy, they're like, okay, well, your story's cool, but your adopt sucks. Like,
See, like I just came to own the pombon species, and I was drawn to them because yeah, they're cute, but the story for them are really cute too. Like because they're made by witches, and like they're basically made to be like pincushions. And just like that story in general is very cute to me, and like a
Yeah.
good story idea and aspect.
I really like your species because it's like they're really cute, but also like the way that they're designed like flows really well with the story, and the story is very cute and as well. It just works really nicely. Yeah, and I agree. I care a lot about the story, but also like if the adopt sucks, but the story's really good, I'm not gonna like be
Yeah,
interested.
like is it on a scale? How does it weigh? Like if you have an adopt that has like a really nice story, but the adopt is like it could be better. Like it doesn't really speak to you that much. Would you still be inclined to purchase it and like partake in that close
Um,
species? This is like ignoring like the status of the artist.
yeah.
Like it's not like a popular artist or anything. It's
Um,
just a story because that also plays a role in it. I feel as well.
I'm not sure that I would buy it just because there needs to be like a balance. Like if the story is really really good, but the adopt sucks, it's like okay, well I wish the story was good and the adopt was good. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be great, but as long as it's good and the adopt is good, it's really good. But I think that if let me put it like this, if it's a really good story but a bad adopt, I probably wouldn't buy it. But if it's a kind of sucky story but a good adopt, I would probably buy it.
Okay. I feel that way as well. I feel like yeah, because there are like some close species that I don't even really look at the story, and I'm just like, I want this. I won't use it like in ways that I'm not sure about. It's just kind of like ooh, I have this character. It is mine now. I will keep it. And maybe that's disrespectful. That's actually definitely disrespectful. But I won't like use it in ways that are like I don't know how to explain it. Like I won't like draw not safe for work or anything of like the character unless I like know for sure whether I can or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't say that I don't have some characters from close species that I didn't buy just because they're cute. And like I don't know anything about the species, but like Hina has a
That's the
close
example I was gonna
species.
use.
Yeah, Hina has a close species, but like doesn't have any information on the species. So like I
Yeah,
own
it's
a character,
Oh.
but like
See,
I don't know anything about the species.
that
Oh.
part would make me not want to buy an adopt just because it's like when you have all of these features that you like put together and you make into a species, it's like, well, how does that make sense? Like,
Well, because the
I
most of the adopts are just kind of like Nekamimis, if that makes any sense. Like they're just like they have animal ears, and that goes along with something else that I read once when I was like looking on how to make a closed species, and it was like the best advice ever. It was like if you can put your one of a character of your closed species into like just a plain t-shirt and blue jeans, if you can still tell that it's like your species, then that's how you know you have
yeah.
a good like design element down. Um, so it wasn't like if you no offense, the adopt was super fucking cute. That's why I paid money for it. But like you can't really tell that it's part of a unique thing. You know what I mean? Like it could be it could be anything if you put it in like a t-shirt and some I don't know. That's just how I see it.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And
Yeah,
then
no, it totally makes sense because like if you did that with a heart buff, everyone would know it's a heart buff.
yeah,
So
yeah, because they have the heart. Yeah, so and also maybe there are details in the character that just I just don't know about because I have pled ignorance to looking at certain forms or like sheets. Although you said that there aren't really any. Although maybe that's I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. But
Hina doesn't have any information about her close species anywhere. I'm pretty positive because I had to ask Bally about the close species to be like, is this okay? So
oh yeah, that's oh well. Um uh, um I'm trying to bring up the subject of money, but I don't I don't know how to do it without sounding like a dick. Um okay, let's say in perspective uh, I guess it all is relative to like what you're buying. Um if you okay, Can you think of as someone who sells adopt? Maybe this will get a little too much. This might get a little too personal. I don't want to be too personal. I don't want to. Words can't bring me down, anybody. So
oh my god,
I gotta
you're fine.
think of how to. Wait, is there anybody in particular? Let's like push sushi dogs off the table because we all know about sushi dogs. You know what I mean? We'll talk about them a little later. But
I mean, I didn't know about sushi dogs until I met you, so.
You didn't? That
No.
makes it sound like I talk about sushi dogs a lot. Although they do come up in conversation. Like, even just now. Like I could be talking about anything, and I'll just be like, man,
Sushi dogs.
sushi dogs are crazy. Like, not in a bad crazy, like a good kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like, they crazy. Crazy.
There was like, I don't know if this is still a thing, but there was the Fox fans. Where they had like,
I know exactly what you're talking
there
about.
was like a huge like increase in demand and like prices and stuff like that for them. And I have to say that like I don't know the story behind them or anything. Same as I don't know the story behind sushi dogs, but it's like, okay, like I get it. It's a fox with a fan. You know what I mean?
It's crazy to think. Is it because like the artist who has designed them is like popular? Is that a thing, or is it just like they just rose in popularity conveniently?
I'm not that sure, honestly. I think they might have just rose in popularity.
Because like that's so crazy to me to think about. Like, I can sell something for like 10 cents, but if like a popular artist posted, and this isn't just saying like my designs are great or whatever, but like it's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with like how popular they are. Cause like I've actually met someone who was like who posted a journal and who wanted a Fox fan, and they were like, they were talking about how they didn't really like the design at first until they became popular and had more demand, and then they were like, oh well, I want one.
Oh, that's so bad.
Wow.
Happens. I feel like that happens probably a lot.
I guess
Honestly,
that's kind of like a human instinct kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, we all kind of like want what other people want, as messed up as that sounds.
It's like a trend.
Yeah, it's a trend to like someone's art. That's so true, but it's so
yeah, it's kind of
sad.
It's like when everybody got fidget spinners, people were like, okay, well, I want a fidget spinner.
Me.
Yeah, you.
I was like, fuck, what is the point of these? And then I was like, I need to buy one just to see what the fuss is about. Now I love it.
Although, same with fidget spinners, they are cool. Like, they're not bad. I mean, fidget
Well,
spinners.
I feel like all of they're all not to say that like the popularity that the species have earned is like unwarranted, but it's just like it's crazy to see how quick it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it can be literally like like just like over the course of like a few months, and then it's like, whoa, you're selling adopts for $400.
Yeah, I follow someone on DeviantArt, PP Adoptables. Like, no shade, you make hell of money, but oh my god, they sell for so much money. It's like $800 or more sometimes.
Isn't that wait? Can you link me this right now? No,
Yes.
I'm like amazed by this. Not like I don't mean to like disrespect anybody or say that like it's not warranted, because obviously it is if people are spending that much money on it. And girl, you make your money. Like if someone's like, I'll give you $500 for this piece of toast, like fucking take the $500. You know what I mean? Not to say your adopt is a piece of toast, but come on, let's be real. No, that sounds mean. I don't want to sound mean, but like at the same time, it's like, whoa, fuck. Like, it's crazy. I do need this link though.
I'm getting it right now.
Oh my
These
god,
things-
I'm so fascinated by it. Is it a
sell-
close species? Or are they just?
They have a couple of close species. Their most popular one, I think, is their blind lace ones. And oh my god, they're gorgeous. Like, the designs are so gorgeous, I would buy one. But like,
Yeah.
I can't afford one.
Is it one of the things where the designs are better than the lore or the story, or
I
is
have
it like?
not ever actually looked at the story, so that's
Oh, okay.
saying something. They're gorgeous.
I definitely get you though. Hold on, I'm about to click on this link.
Because
I'm about to click on the link. Isn't this?
there was a blind lace that I wanted so badly, but it was like $500, and I
Oh my god.
was like, I
Wait.
cannot afford this.
See, these adopts make a little more because these adopts are like so intricate. Like
They're
just like by what I'm
beautiful.
looking at, it's like
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I also saw, not to plug Artist Grapevine, but I saw this this someone posted on there and they were like, "Have you seen the new animated adopts?" And I thought that idea was so cool. Like they look like they're like on the loading screen for like a or like a select screen, a character select screen, like they would bounce around. It's nothing like crazy animation, but it's like that sounds so cute. Like I kind of I don't think I'd be able to do that, but like I want to see that. That looks really cute.
That sounds really cute.
They were also saying that that could amplify your like the price of it. Like if you have an adopt that would only go for like 50, you could like up it to maybe like 80 if it had like a few more frames to it. Because I've seen stuff um where like an adopt would have their outfit and then like it would be like a GIF where their
and it
overcoat would like go on top. Yeah, like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen those before, but I've never seen an animated one.
Yeah, things like that, those do make me want to pay more for it.
Yeah.
Like when I see that, I'm like, ooh, shit.
I'm like, ooh, they put well, because like they also put like the extra effort into it, and it's like,
Yeah,
you can't like do that unless you have like passion for your character.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Not to say that people who don't do that don't have passion, but it's like you can really like feel it. You know what I mean? You can feel it in your bones. In your bones.
In loins.
Ew.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's a couple of close species that I've been interested in, and like I own a couple of close species that just kind of like didn't go anywhere, and it really disappointed me because like the species was really nice, but like you didn't do anything with it, so it's like I don't want this character anymore.
Oh, is that it? Like you don't want the character if the species is not. I mean, I guess it's kind of
Like
sucks if the species isn't developed, but
yeah, it's like I like the character, but like I can't really do anything with it because there's not enough of the characters like out there to be like,
I
hey, can
get.
we be friends? Like have our characters be friends or something? Because like, and the species that I'm talking about are called the cotton species,
Oh,
and like the species was really cute, but like only a handful of them were actually made, and like my character, the way she was, um, it was very hard to just be like, hey, let's make our characters be friends because it wouldn't fit her.
oh yeah.
So the couple of people that actually owned like characters, it's like I got to be friends with one of them, but like we didn't actually speak.
Oh no.
So I just ended up like not feeling connected to the character anymore, even though she was really cute.
That's sad.
I'm not sure that's like the thing that I personally would look for because I don't know, I don't really do that, but like I do like when a species is like interactive, like I forgot what they're called, but they're by Pitbully, and I used to own one, but they have like weekly challenges where you like draw your character in a certain situation, and I like that. I think that's really cute.
There's a group on Facebook, and it inspired me. If we ever do go through with our species, Meli, we'll definitely need to workshop it. But I do have this there is a group on Facebook. I think it's like you know what I mean. There's a group on Facebook, and they have like a RP. I think it's a RP group, but you can have OCs through them, and like every time you draw something, you get points. And I'm not exactly sure what the points are used for, but like it encourages people in that community to like draw art for other people and like draw art of the OCs and them together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
wish
really
I
cool.
knew what the currency was for, but it's really cute and like there's like challenges and stuff, and you can like that. that whole idea sounds really cute because it's like it gets you more motivated to like be a part of something because it's not just like, oh, I have a cute adopt now. It's like I have a cute adopt that I can also like do stuff with.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
like why I want to get the pom buns like going because I really want it to be like an interactive like species where people can actually just be like, hey, can our pom buns be friends and stuff like that, and like people actually
Yeah.
talk and interact and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
I also feel a little bit like it's kind of hard to do that, especially now. I'm also not that into the closed species. Closed species. Just had an aneurysm, I think. The closed species game. That much anymore. Like I haven't, because I haven't really seen many of them from the people I follow. Most of the people that I follow that do adopts, they just are like, here's some adopts that have cat ears, and it's like, okay, like those are really really cute. But it's like I haven't seen much about closed species. Anyway.
I I don't really buy any closed species just because I kind of want to be able to do whatever I want
Yeah,
character,
that's
and I want to be able to change what I want instead of it being like, okay, well, this is a certain rarity and you can't go upwards from that. I don't
yeah, like
really.
you can't change their hairstyle because their hair has to be this style forever, and I don't know.
Like
It's
their
stuff like that yeah,
ancestors wore and you can't change it.
yeah. Um, I that's another issue that I ran into when I was thinking of because I want something that people will enjoy, and on a site that's like so filled with such creativity, unless you find someone who's perfectly in love with the idea that you have, they're
Yeah.
not gonna want to like conform to. They're not gonna want to pay money to conform to your.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes any sense, but
I get
that's
it.
how I've always seen that kind of stuff. But yeah, that gulp was really good.
No problem.
What are you eating, buddy?
I was drinking a soda.
Take that sip, boy. I guess while we're on the topic of like adopts and stuff, we could also just go into like plain old adopts. Is there like anything that you look for? Pickle. I mean, we'll get to Meli. We all know Meli's the queen of adopts here. But like, is there anything that you look forward to when like looking for adopts, or are you really in the adopt game anymore? Because you
I'm
kind of dipped out.
I'm not really in the adopt game, but if I see an adopt that I love, I would get it. I don't know. I don't know. It kind of goes the same with the close species. I think that if like, because a lot of the adopts that I buy, already have like a set, like in the description, it'll just have like kind of the personality of the character, and
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like when like the character looks the way that like a certain personality. I don't know. It's hard to. It's
Well,
hard
no,
to.
it's like you get it helps you get attached to them because you can like read their story and be like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like that. I wish that I had a character like that. And you're like, oh, well, you can if you just buy it.
And I like to look for characters that I can easily that like kind of fit into my other characters. Where
Oh
it's like
yeah,
okay, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
see one that looks and kind of feels like a certain way, and I'm like, oh well, they would be good friends with one of my other characters, because I that just makes me even more attached to them. Because like if I'm attached to a character that I already own, and then I'm like, okay, well this character could be attached to this
And then,
character,
yeah,
like they're a bond. It's like a
it's
puzzle.
like
You just
it's like
fit it
a
in
it's like getting married
there.
because like you're kind of obligated to love their family just because like that you're a family member loves that family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're
What if you
obligated
don't
to.
even love your own family?
So that's a deeper issue that needs to be.
That's a little bit off track.
It's a little too real for this podcast. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like that kind of meme.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
kind of me.
that kind of meme. Uh, yeah, I don't know. For me, adopts have I've always had to. I have to like get them into like a story that I'm working on that I feel like I can invest time and money into, unless it's like a compromise between adorable and reasonably by reasonable I mean like my broke ass can afford it. So and that's not fair to artists because like they're trying to make money doing what they do. So I hold no ill will towards that. But that's the reason my adopt spending, like whenever I buy adopts, if it's like an adopt that I'm like, "Ooh, I need this," and I have the money, I'm like, "Okay, no questions asked, here you go." But like I'm very kind of picky when it comes to stuff like that because it's like, well, this adopt is cute, but will I ever do anything with it?
Yeah.
Kind of like Pootie.
Hey, I'm gonna do stuff with her.
No.
I bought her, yeah. Uh, it's just I don't know stuff like that. And that was a personal vendetta as well. Thank you for bringing that up.
You're welcome. I love you.
I also look for like it also depends heavily on like the rules that the person selling it sets up. Like I want to be able to like change it, and if I need to trade it or sell it, because sometimes you get, because if it's like, okay, you can't trade it, you can't sell it, you need to keep this character for life, it's like I don't know if I can make that kind of commitment.
Like I don't even know what I'm having for dinner tonight.
And I want to be able to change how the character looks.
Mm-hmm.
If I see something that might be a little bit off from the personality I was trying to go with for them, I want to change things. So if it's like, okay, well, you have to tell me when you're changing things, it's like, I don't have that kind of time.
Yeah, and it's not like you mean any disrespect. You just won't buy those characters if they do that. I've always thought that's weird when people have. It makes more sense for closed species, but I've seen people do it like, just for like adopts. They're like, you can't ever resell this.
Yeah.
And it's not even like the rule where you can't, because I understand you can buy this, don't resell it for more than you paid. That makes sense. But like you can never resell this adopt regardless of the price. It's like, whoa. Like,
I
why
also
not?
the thing about that is also I have characters that the rules are that you can't resell it for more than you paid for it, but I also have like a lot of art that I paid a lot of money for.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have they don't, because whenever I used to do stuff like that, like you can sell the adopt but not more for like than what you paid for it. I didn't even think about the art stuff, so I'm sure that's okay because that seems like a reasonable.
Well, one of mine,
I'd ask, but
like, you can't resell it for more than you paid unless there's 10 plus pieces of art, and it's like, whoa,
what?
that's a lot.
Whoa, what the hell?
And even then, it was like, okay, well, if you have more than 10 pieces of art, we'll talk about it. Like, it's not a negotiation.
That's weird. Whenever I first started doing adopts, I was kind of like, my mentality was, if you buy it, you own it.
Yeah.
You should be able to do whatever you want to do with it. Like, if you want to change the design, you still paid me money for it. So, like, like go ahead and change it. Do whatever you want. As long as it's, like, not a closed species or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. It seems absurd to me that people still have those, like, no, the OC that you got can't have purple hair. Is it a closed species? No. I just don't want it to have purple hair.
Like, it's not your character.
Like,
Yeah, like I bought the rights to this character, so you can just stick it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of an adopt.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. A lot of people are really lenient about that. Like, people like Valley, they do adopts and they have, like, other color palettes. They'll even color it in for you differently if you ask politely. There's something that you want changed. A lot of people are really nice about that. We're just talking about a very minute, interesting selection of people that I've. It's just very weird.
And that's like I have a hard time like making adopts because I'm not I'm not very good at like designing each piece, but I feel like whenever I adopt something, I should be able to like kind of use it as a base for like their character instead of just buying like that and it's like set in stone. I
Yeah.
can give them new things that make them more into the character that I want.
Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that. I concur.
You concur.
I concur. I do. Does that make sense? Why are you laughing, buddy? It's
It felt like
a
it
word.
was like in Congress and you were like, I concur.
I concur, Alexander Hamilton. Yeah, but what about you and adopts, Meli?
For me, it depends, cause like I have my big stories. Like I have three. Whoa, I can hear myself.
No, the podcast is ruined. Oh, it's gone.
Okay, it's good now. For me, it's just like because I have three big stories that I have
Mhm.
like in progress. I'm focused more on one than the other two, but
Yeah.
it's like I look for characters that can either go in them or like if I can make a new story out of them. Cause like I really like characters that I can make stories with,
Mhm.
and cause I can't draw, so all of my creativity goes into writing, and so if I can connect to a character that I can just like put all of my soul into and like write a really good story, then that's a good adopt for me.
I get you. I feel like that too, though, and I draw stuff, and I hardly ever draw myself anything, but I do relate to that. I'm like, ooh, I can draw myself this. I can draw this story. A lot of it is like comic based, which I don't know. I'm very like into visualizing stuff like that, so I think that's why I feel like that about the stuff that I draw, or like the characters that I adopt. Like the characters that I've been mainly adopting have been for the comic that I'm working on, and I don't know. I feel because I feel like I can like I'm really into like expressions and like showing how a character reacts to certain things when thrown into certain environments.
Mm.
I think that's a big reason why I do that. That's also why I started doing sketch pages because I like wanted to show how a character would react if like if they have if they're a little palm pixie dog and they have a little water hose and they're very excited about the water hose, it's just stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's very cute. A little self promo. Throwing that in there. But yeah, it's pretty much, I don't know, other than that, because that's why I'm so picky with adopts, because it's like if I can't build that attachment, I'm like, okay. Or if there's too much stuff that I'm like, ooh, I would change that, I would do this, it's like, why would I buy this? I'm just like changing everything that this person like worked hard to make. So, and I'm spending money to do that as well. And then like how much does an artist's like social status it persuade you to buy an adopt? Like if you see an adopt that's okay, but it's by like a kind of popular artist and it's relatively cheap, how
that means nothing to me.
it doesn't?
No, which is
I'm
will
guilty of
definitely
having
admit-
that definitely doesn't.
I'll admit that I've definitely bought an adopt before because of social status. So
Yeah.
But it's also just for me, it's because I don't really know who's popular, who's not. So it's like I don't care if you're popular because
Well, like,
I
okay.
don't know.
Okay, what if Witch Paws?
If Witch Paws came out with a $20 sushi dog and it was okay,
It was like Pickle, you want first grabs? Would you be like, yeah?
yeah, I'd definitely be like, yeah.
There you go. So okay, because I feel like a greedy idiot whenever I say stuff like that. Whenever I'm like, oh well, I'd buy it just because of the person's social status. But I do feel like that's a real thing, especially with like commissions and stuff. And I see this all the time, and it's so stressful because I don't want to sound like a dick. because like everyone's art is worth, everyone's art is worth what they believe it's worth, like if there's someone who's just starting out and they think that a sketch, a color, like a sketch quarter piece of a face is $150, they should sell it for $150. But like what's kind of like an issue is that you see them complain a lot. They're like, well, why is nobody buying my $150 bust sketch? Like,
Yeah.
why is no one doing that? And it's like, oh, well, it's because no
I
one
wonder why, buddy.
knows who you are. Like, no one knows. And it sounds fucked up, but it's like a really serious, it's like an actual thing. Like, it's a thing that exists. Like, if people are more inclined to spend more money if, like, you're a popular artist.
It's also like, I think it's because like people, it's like someone has like 2K watchers or like above that, and they open commissions and someone sees it. It's like, okay, well, they have more than 1,000 watchers, so they must be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's that kind of stuff. Not to say that people actively go and search that out. Like, ooh, who's the most popular deviant today? Let's just stalk their page for adopts. It's not like that. It's like if someone who has a higher social status in like DeviantArt or whatever, if they post an adopt, odds are they have a following of people who really enjoy their stuff, and they will go out of their way to make those purchases, and that's what that means.
Yeah, it's like
that.
It's like they're, I don't know, it's just like I'm not really sure how to explain what.
Yeah. I get it though. That's how although I just say that because some people have personally asked me like, oh, well, what do I do with commissions? No one's buying them. And then you like check their commission info, and they like just made a DeviantArt account that day, and their like commission info says that they like a headshot is like $87, and it's like, while your headshot is worth $87 because like you spend it like equals minimum wage. Like, let's just use that as an example. While you're making minimum wage, no one's gonna spend $87 on that because your name isn't out there. Like, you don't have like a reputation. You don't have an audience to build off of. Someone, not to say that nobody would, like maybe someone will see it and be like, oh damn, this is definitely something that I need in my life. And then they'll, give you the money, but that's like very rare. That something like that would happen. I feel like I'm sounding like an asshole, but I'm just trying to be like, I'm just trying to like
I definitely get you because I definitely kind of I'm an asshole and I kind of judge based on that. So, like, if no one, if you're not
even if
well
you're not
known,
an asshole, you judge based on that though. Like that's just. I hate it when people are like, I don't like people who judge. Like, you're fucking human. What do you mean you hate people? You judge what you put on your body today when you woke up. What do you mean you can judge? I hate it when people say that shit. Like, there's a difference between being an asshole and like making simple judgment. Like, human beings as a species judge. You judge who you hang out with. You judge what you put in your body. You judge what you put on your body. You judge what you shampoo with. Like, we all judge like hundreds of times every single day. I hate that. It's such like I guess it's such a minor thing, but like, oh my god. It makes me so angry. If you couldn't tell.
calm down, buddy.
Oh god. Okay. But yeah. People are like, I don't judge. It's like, okay. That's why you're in the DMs talking shit about this person. Anyway.
On artist gossip.
In our Discord.
Yeah, in our Discord.
Okay, it's getting a little too real. A little heavy there, buddy. Anyway, I had something else that I wanted to bring up about this. I don't remember. I think it can pertain more to closed species. I think it was actually answered. It was the are you more inclined to buy it based on story versus. Let me think of a scenario. Okay, like let's say the artist is really. Okay, let's say Witchpaws came up to you and was like, "Here's this closed species. You didn't you didn't like the sushi dog. Like the sushi dog was like the mac and cheese sushi dog. The mac and cheese, no, the hot dog sushi dog.
Is that a real thing?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it already exists. Whoever owns it, I'm sure it's adorable.
Oh my
The
god.
hot dog sushi
Like-
dog.
Oh my god, it's got like a little bun on it, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that'd be actually kind of cute.
That'd be cute. Okay, what if let's just say, even though it's probably not possible, let's say it was like
Gabagool.
it was not. What?
It was the gabagool.
Pardon? What? What did you just say to me? Did
The
you insult my
gabagool
family?
sushi
What?
dog. The gabagool.
Can you? Okay, we're gonna turn into, since you love Food Network so much. Can you explain to me what that is?
I don't think it's a real thing, but I thought it was a real thing at first, but then I remembered it's from The Office
Oh.
when they're in the restaurant with what they think is an Italian mafia person, and he's like, "I'll have the
God.
gabagool."
Speaking of The Office and restaurants, I love the episode where Dwight gets married, and he's like, "I will have the pig spleen," and they took him to like this strip club thing where this girl's like grinding him, and she's like,
and she was like, "What do you want?" And he was like, we would like some garlic bread for the table, please, as she's giving him a lap dance. And she was like, how about the chef's special? And then she put her finger into his mouth, and he was like, is that what the chef's special tastes like? Tastes like cigarettes. And then everyone's just like laughing.
"Oh my God, what did he say?" He was like, she's like, "I'll get you some water to quench your thirst or something." He was like, "Finally, the service here is so horrible." Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That definitely has to do with adopts, but that's very important.
Ooh, for sure.
But let's say you got that. Let's say you got that adopt, okay?
Mhm.
Would you still pay $20 for it?
If I had first grabs of the sushi dog?
Like if there was no way that you would not get it if you just gave her $20.
Oh, no. Just because I wouldn't use it, and I don't draw animals. The only reason, if someone was like, here's this sushi dog for free, I'd be like, okay, just so I could like have a sushi dog. But
You wouldn't spend money to have one though?
yeah, just because I wouldn't use it.
Okay, let's say it was like a really cute, like, see, this is hard for you because you don't really have anybody that you're like, "Ooh, I love their art," and they draw humanoid adopts. Well, frick. You don't even really love witch bosses art that much. It's just an easy example.
No.
Dude, you need to have some more interest, buddy.
Sorry.
To give you this analogy, you know what I mean? Change your opinions for the sake of the podcast.
I do like someone's close species. I think their name is Bunpy.
I think I know what you're talking about.
They
'Cause
have
I've heard that name before.
Wauni, I think it's pronounced like. They're like really cute. They like fly through the sky. They're like a really weird combination of different animals, but they're very cute.
That sounds really cute. So like if they were like, "Hey, here's this design that's $20," would you hit it up even if it was like an ugly design?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Well,
I've seen one whenever I had like money to spend that was an ugly design of that species, and I was like, no, because it's ugly.
okay.
So I think that's a good example of what I would do in that situation, because the everything lines up in that species because the lore is really good. I like the designs, and the rarity isn't too strict.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like you can't have like.
Okay, I assume that means that you enjoy a not so strict rarity, because that was another question that I was going to ask as well. Like as far as like rarities and stuff go?
Yeah, rarities are super important because if like let's say that a species has like horns, and the longer the horns are, or the shorter the horns are, the more rare it is. If it had like little nubs as horns, and I couldn't change it to just have no horns because it would mean it was more rare,
Yeah,
then
I get you.
I wouldn't buy it
Um,
just because I couldn't change it.
if you're really into the, so I assume that you're not into like species that much.
No, not really.
Okay. Meli, are you into species?
Yeah, I like close species.
Okay. Do you prefer if it's more strict about? I would assume you do because you're kind of strict about your own. But
It depends, cause like I I want to be able to do like whatever, but at the same time I also don't mind them having like strict things about them.
yeah,
Like I don't know how to put it besides that, cause it's like I don't mind having like limitations, cause like I still like the character, they're still really cute, and I'm
Mhm.
still gonna do something with them, but like it's nice to be able to do like whatever I want with them, just because then I can put them in like any story.
yeah. That's
Um,
another, yeah, because the story thing is really important as well. So
Mhm.
like if they're like too specific, it's like, oh, I can't do anything with this.
that's
Yeah.
that's like what I said with just like regular adopts. If it's like you can't change anything, because like I change because I'd like to change things just so it feels more right with the personality and their storyline.
Hmm.
And when I can't because it's like, no, that's more rare. It's like, okay, why couldn't have you why couldn't you have like made this not rare? It's like, I don't know, it seems so like why is this more rare than that one? Like
Yeah.
why would that be a thing?
Okay, here's an example for me. Like, I really like the ghosty species, but like, you have to pay a certain amount of money to get different rarities.
Hmm.
And like, I definitely want to like buy a make your own, and I want to get the most expensive one because I want to be able to do whatever rarity I want. And like, so like that's an example for me. Like, I wouldn't mind spending more money to get all of the rarities and do whatever I want.
Hmm. That makes sense. I know that there are some people who definitely would. Depending on interest, I guess, in the species. I guess that's also very important. Like your level of like, would I really use this?
Yeah.
Because for me, it's also, I sound like such a lazy piece of shit. For me, it's more of like an act of like convenience. Like if I see something, sometimes I need to like see it to truly be like, oh man, I could use this. You know, like I can't really visualize it in my head. But like
Hmm.
if someone draws it out and I can see it and I'm like, oh, that's actually really freaking cute, then I'd be like, oh. I also think I also posted a poll, and this is also relative to what I was just about to say. Um, what is would you prefer an adopt if the art was nice or if the design was nice?
Um, I think I think design comes first, obviously, but if I'm more likely to buy it if the art is nice too, or at least decent, because I'm not gonna want an adopt that's drawn like a 2-year-old drew it, just because the like it has nice features, um, which I think sounds a little assholey, but I don't.
No, you're fine. Well, most of the people, because I did that poll, and the winning result was that people wanted art that was nicer. They didn't like the design came second, and I was like,
That's
wow, really? That seems a little. I don't know.
yeah,
I guess it is important though, because if the design, if it like is drawn nicely, it also entices you to like want the character more because you can like
yeah.
see how well it can be drawn.
Hmm.
If that makes any sense. I don't know.
But I also think that the design is the most important part because if you're getting it just for the art and you want to like commission someone to draw it,
Yeah,
then you're gonna be like, oh well, this isn't this isn't drawn exactly the same way, so I don't really like it as much.
I get
Just
you.
because the design sucks.
What about you, Meli?
For me, it's like I won't buy it unless it's both. Like, the design has to be cute, but the art also has to be nice. Because like, if it's just a sketchy piece of trash and you can't tell like what is what,
Me.
then I'm not gonna buy it. Because, like, if I have to be like, this is what this is and this is what that is, then it's not worth my time.
Oh, yeah, it definitely has to be clear, like, what is what.
Yeah.
Like, if I confuse like, if you see, like, a bag and you're like, is that a bag? Or are they carrying, like, yeah, I don't know. I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
for me, it's like, the design has to be nice, but, like, the art also has to be nice because I'm just not a huge fan of, like, sketches in general. If it's like the people who are like, this is a sketch, but it's actually just fucking line art, then I'm fine with that.
I'm like pulling my collar nervously. Like,
your
oh,
your sketches are a
that's a
little
little
messy,
deep.
but I love you.
That's a little
So
deep. See, it's weird because people prefer my sketches, and I don't understand why. Like it's always been like that. Like I line stuff and sell it, and it very rarely sells for more than it would if I just like sketched it. Like the effort that I go through to line stuff is like not nearly worth the amount that I get back for it. You know what I mean?
I think also an important part of it is the colors, like the color scheme. I think
Yeah.
that's a really
definitely.
important part too. Like if the colors are just so bad, it just makes it look so much worse.
That's why I feel like a lot of people do the alternate color palette things now because like someone could be persuaded to like not buy it because it's got, oh, why'd you use red? I hate the
Yeah,
color.
it's
Yeah.
like I won't typically buy adapts that are like green themed because I don't like green. So it's like it can be really cute, but like it's green.
Yeah, I feel like if if it's something like that where like even though you could change like the color palette of it, it just won't appeal to you when you look at it because you're
Yeah.
seeing it as green
You
instead
see
of
it
like
in that, like, yeah.
a different color.
See,
That
like
makes
if I know the person and like I know that they will change it, then I'm more likely to buy it still. But like if I don't know the person and I don't know that they will like change it for me, then I'm just gonna not be interested.
I get you. That, yeah. I wonder how, so does that appeal more? I'm like asking you guys for advice on like, adopts. Would that persuade you more into purchasing something if like the person who was advertising the adopt was like, yeah, if you want the colors changed, I'll be down to do that? Or is it
No,
still kind of like the situation where it's like you haven't seen it like that, so you don't know?
I
I would
think
still buy
Like,
it.
I think I would still buy it if it was just the colors that were off for me because I could just easily change the colors.
yeah,
Like they don't have to do it for me.
I
But
get.
if I saw it and I couldn't imagine it like a different color that would look good, I'd be like, I'm not so sure about this one.
Yeah. So like if there was an adopt out that do you recommend like doing different color palettes, like doing one or two of them?
Yeah.
And being like, yeah, here's
Yeah,
these
I
ones.
Because I
think
think
it's a
Look at it.
nice idea to do more than one color palette because like more people are inclined to like look at these other ones and be like, I like this version better. So
yeah, if even though you can easily change it yourself, if you have it there for them to kind of see the design in different colors, then it's easier for them to be like, oh, well, I could just change it to this and it'd be better.
I get you. I never thought of it like that. I always thought it was like, I don't know.
oh, it's like Nana. She was colored a different version, and then I
Yeah.
had her changed. So
It's weird. I always like look at her in the other color scheme because that's how
yeah,
she
her
has her.
original color
And I'm like,
scheme.
oh, that's so different.
Yeah, it's I still have like the original version saved, and it's really funny to look at. Like when I go to go through all of my art, it's just like,
Yeah.
this is not
Like
his original version.
these things are not like the other.
uh,
Personally, as an artist, I don't feel offended when if someone were to ask me that. I don't think I'd be offended by that. I'd be like, oh well, you're interested in it. I don't mind helping you out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I feel like that's also another thing. Like I feel like I'd be too scared to ask about
Uh,
that. To ask about like a color change or something.
Because it can feel like you're being rude. Like, you suck at picking colors,
No,
but
yeah, I know what you mean
someone-
though.
if I were doing that, I wouldn't be offended if someone was like, "Can you do this really quick for me so I can see if I'm still interested?" I'd be like, "Dope."
I definitely get that
Give me
because I've asked for color changes and I'm like, I don't want to sound like an asshole because the colors were okay, just like they were before. But this is what I prefer, so do you mind changing it?
But I feel like if you're trying to sell your adopt, then you're
Yeah, if you're like trying to sell it, it's like, okay, I don't mind, you're gonna buy it, so. Although,
Yeah,
like, there are like picky people like that. That's God damn it, you picky people. Why do you exist?
I mean, if someone asked me to change it and I was like, "Here you go," and they asked me to change it like 3 more times, I'd be like, "Okay, are you interested or are you not?"
Yeah, true.
It's like once you do it more than twice, it's like, okay,
Well, because I
goodbye.
feel like it's something that they could do themselves. Like, as long as you've given them the okay to like change the color, I feel like it's something that they could mess with. Like, dude, here's the sci file. Do you have Paint Tool side? Just like open it up and enter the filter stage and just like change the color. You can do it. Buddy. I have
Honestly,
faith
if
in you.
someone did that for me, I would be totally down because I would love doing that.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be dope if you could just be like, "Here's the sci file." Like,
You can just hit. You go to
You do
the
you.
wand in the corner, select it, and then fill it in.
Yeah,
It'll be
actually,
done for you, buddy.
that'd be pretty convenient for anyone who doesn't draw but still like buys characters and has
Yeah.
Paint Tool
Me.
or Photoshop. Oh yeah, Meli.
Definitely Meli. You're like just describing Meli.
Literally me.
Her name starts with M. She has characters.
She has characters.
I have lots of characters.
She loves Wendy's.
I really
She
do.
works at Walgreens. I'm giving out too much information about you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, Meli doesn't work at Walgreens. Got him. Anyway. So. Also, this is a very random question, but Pickle. If you had like animal ears of any kind, what kind of animal ears would you have?
Like in real life?
Like if someone was drawing you for like a podcast thing, you know what I mean?
I'd want
Like, I feel like you're like a caribou, you know what I mean?
A caribou.
I'd either want to be a deer or have like pastel blue panda ears.
You know, that's very specific. But
A deer would be great.
I already drew the panda ears.
Okay. I'm down.
Love ya. What if you had both? Closed species idea. Meli. He's out here roasting the squad. Jesus Christ. Noted, buddy. Pandeer. It sounds like
workshopping
Eugene
the
saying
name.
Pandeer. Pandeer. I gotta go outside. Get the gun. Shoot some pandeer. Yeah, I know they're extinct. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that we can call the podcast. Wrap it up. We can wrap it up. Just like a nice, humble Christmas gift.
Like a
Okay.
toothbrush. Some socks.
Socks?
Yeah.
Just one sock, not even a pair. Not even a pair.
Not even a pack, just one.
You know, it's very weird. I drew the panda ears on your character, and if I gave it like a nose, it would look like a furry. We're getting too deep into this. Thank you all for tuning into the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyone else want to say anything?
It was fun. Thank you
it was
for
actually-
listening.
Everyone hates us. Bye.
Bye.